those two words, if you do not have Griffin and Sample centrally, look for them just to slow the game down and gain some position. You want him to stay as high as he possibly can, which would allow Guzin to come in between the lines, and he's a player that Dave Carton said he can play at a higher level.
And we are underway on a now beautiful evening here in Pittsburgh in the Jägermeister Cup. Alongside MLS veteran Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. But that's an interesting one to me because Birmingham could play spoiler. They have a lot of talent on that roster. Comes at an interesting time for Charleston.
A very underrated signing.
Mertz back through for Etu. End line put in front. Well worked by Pittsburgh. That is how Bob Lilly would draw it up 10 times out of 10. And it's Bertrand Jacquesson finishing it off.
The ability to play in between lines, but also provide width and be very aggressive and vertical. Bob Lilly has to be very pleased with just the patterns in play and the movement. Notice left side of your screen how Etsu continues his run, and then Jackson doing a good job at the last second, just slashing across Pierre and just beating him to the spot. Especially with the, it's just not that much difference. Now, it tells you about the players that are continuing to come in to USL, that it's a league of just great action.
Ends up behind, fed through, in front, save made by Jacobin. Good service from Bradley Sample.
Watch the run of Sample, center of your screen right now, it just takes off and recognizes the space in behind. As Jackson's playing centrally, he pulls in Pierre, and that allows that.
Our only tally here this first half, a minute come and gone, there's the whistle. Riverhounds heading into the break with the lead. I don't know that either manager will be particularly happy, though obviously Bob Lilly happier with the lead. It just didn't feature, but 8 straight starts since then. Something could be on for Drac. Looking for support, finds it to his right in Obregon. JC Obregon goes for goal, trying to sneak it through. Jacob Randolph alert to it. That is the first shot on target of the night for Westchester.
Because it does not happen often. Under Bob Lilly, they're just so organized. Every single player knows their role. Nice run here from Augie.
Williams, flag stays down. Augie Williams in behind, save made by Jacobin.
Left side of your screen understands as John Baptiste gets pulled over. That leaves a big gaping hole, but you need to go with your left foot here.
Still on here for Pittsburgh. Jacobin again. Hasn't actually had many opportunities tonight.
Just showed too much of the ball and going back the other way, all doing a good job.
Nice move from Drac. Feeding it along, wants it back, gets it back. Obregon just did all he could, swiping at it. Even in the vicinity of Randolph in this one. One back by Pittsburgh. Well beyond the 6 minutes played now. And there is the final whistle. The goal scored 15 minutes in from Bertrand Jacquesson holds up the rest of the way. Pittsburgh takes it 1-0 over Westchester.